Hello and welcome dear students. Children, in today's class I am going to take up the third chapter of the book Footprints Without Feet, and the chapter is The Midnight Visitor, written by Robert Arthur. Children, if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe and share it with your friends also. In this video I will give you the theme, summary, meanings of important words and the key points from the chapter. Let us now start with the video. The author of this chapter is Robert Arthur. Robert Arthur was a writer and editor of crime fiction. His stories were published in many magazines between 1930 to 1940. Then here I have given you some of his important works. You can go through. Okay, now we come to the theme of the chapter. This chapter is based on the theme that appearances can be deceptive. One's presence of mind and intelligence can help one get rid of his rivals. Ausable did not fit any description of a secret agent. He was a fat man who lived on the 6th floor of a gloomy French hotel. He outwitted his rival, Max, who had come there to take the important and secret report. He was quick in his actions to outsmart Max. He was able to come out of the difficult situation with his wisdom and presence of mind. Now we come to the main characters of this chapter, this story, this lesson. Main characters are Ausable, a secret agent. Other is Fowler, who is a writer who comes to meet Ausable. Third is Max, who is also a secret agent who had come there to take those reports from Ausable. Now we start with the introduction of the chapter. Ausable, a secret agent, is expecting to get a very important report, and another secret agent, Max, entered his room stealthily and threatened Ausable with a pistol, demanding the report. Ausable remained calm and composed. He used his presence of mind and got rid of him. Children, this is about the lesson. How he got rid of this man, Max, the other secret agent. This is what we are going to read in this chapter. Now I will start with the summary of the lesson. Children, I will give you each and everything, what is there on each and every page in each and every paragraph. So listen very, very carefully and see the full video. Let us start, children. The Midnight Visitor is a story of a man named Ausable who did not fit any description of a secret agent, because he was a secret agent, but he did not look like one. He lived on the 6th floor and the top floor of a gloomy French hotel. Gloomy means that was not nicely lit. Okay, or dark, we can say, dark hotel. The room was very small and did not look like that one of a detective. He lived in a very small room, and no one could make out whether that man was, if that man was a secret agent, and where he was living, that room belonged to the secret agent. He was a very fat man. Ausable, was a fat man. He could speak French and German very well, but he still had not lost his American accent. He used to live in Boston, probably. In your chapter, it is described that American Boston accent. Fowler, a writer, was with Ausable coming to the hotel room. He had spent his evening with that fat, sloppy man, Ausable. Fowler felt disappointed to see Ausable because Ausable was exactly the opposite of what he had thought of him. He had thought that as he was a secret agent, probably there would be some thrill, some adventure, something with that man, but nothing happened. Ausable asked Fowler not to be disillusioned, means not to think anything wrong about him. Shortly, he would see an important paper or an important report that would affect the course of history, means that might change the future, maybe of that nation. They both, means Ausable and Fowler, they both entered the hotel room, and Ausable closed the door behind him. As he turned the lights on, as he switched on the light, he saw a man with a gun. He was standing there in his room. Fowler had his first authentic thrill or adventure because he had been with him throughout the evening, but nothing happened. Now, when they entered the room, he could see that yes, that man was a detective. The man standing there with the gun was Max. His name was Max. He was another secret agent. Max was thin, not so tall man. His face looked like that of a fox. Apart from the gun or the pistol that he was having in his hand, he did not look threatening. Means one could not make out that man was so dangerous. Max told Ossible that he had come to collect the report, to take the report that he was getting that night. It would be safer with him. Children, this is really in a sarcastic manner. How could that report be safer? Because he was another agent. Actually, that report was to be owned by Ossible. But Max was saying, oh yes, it would be safer with him. So it is just, something funny that author has tried to add here in the chapter. Ossible very coolly sat on an armchair there in that room and started using his presence of mind. He thought of something. Now, what to do in that situation? Because other man was there to collect the report and he was getting the report within half an hour. He concocted a story, means he framed a story about a balcony outside the window of his room. He said that it was the second time somebody had entered his room through the balcony and he was going to raise this issue with the management. Max was surprised to know about the balcony and should have entered the room through that only, means through that balcony. Why he took so much of trouble entering this room? Ossible spoke with extreme irritation that it was not his balcony. His room was a part of a large unit and the next room. And it had a balcony shared by both, means both the rooms there. He claimed that the balcony extended under his window. Now, anyone could easily enter his room. Last month, someone entered the room through that balcony only. He further said that the management had promised to block that off, but nothing was done. Max looked at Fowler, that writer who was there with Ossible in that room, who was extremely afraid and was standing stiffly near Ossible. Because this was his first experience to see things like this. Max asked him to sit down as they had to wait for another 30 minutes. Ossible interrupted, saying, oh no, not 30, rather 31 minutes, as the appointment was for 12:30. He wished he could know how Max entered his room and how Max knew about his report. Max smiled in an evil manner and expressed his intention to take the report back that night. There was a sudden knock at the door that time while they were talking there in that room. Fowler was startled. He was surprised, alarmed, shocked, as he was already extremely scared. Ossible smilingly said that it might be police, as he had asked them to check on him to make sure that everything was fine, as he was about to get very important papers or report. As the report they were getting that night needed extra protection. Max got nervous as he heard repeated knocking on the door. Ossible sarcastically asked Max what he would do now. Police won't hesitate to shoot him. Max was angry. He moved back towards the window because he had trusted Ossible when he said that there was a balcony outside the window. He thought that he would jump onto the balcony and he would wait there. He told Ossible to send the police back and he would be waiting in the balcony, or he would kill them and take the chance of being arrested. The knocking at the door was becoming louder. Keeping his gun towards Ossible and Fowler, Max jumped out of the window, thinking there was a balcony as told by Ossible. Ossible and Fowler heard a scream as Max jumped down. The waiter entered with a drink that Ossible had ordered. He kept the tray, a bottle and 2 glasses on the table and he left. Fowler was really scared. His face was white, pale with fear. He stammeringly asked Ausable about the police. Very calmly, Ausable replied that there was no police. He knew that it was waiter because he had ordered the drink. Then Fowler inquired about the man in the balcony, to which Ausable replied that he would not return as there was no balcony, because he had framed a story, because he wanted to get rid of that man who was there to snatch that report away from him. It was his wit, it was his wisdom, it was his intelligence, it was his presence of mind that helped him get rid of that other secret agent, Max. What do we learn from this lesson? We learn that our presence of mind and smart thinking can save us from harmful and dangerous situations. Now let us quickly see the important points from the chapter. Fowler, a writer, makes Ausable a secret agent. Ausable does not fit the description of a secret agent. He talks about the secret document that was a report. They both enter the French hotel room where Ausable is living. They are surprised to see another secret agent, Max, already there in the room with a pistol in his hand. He wants the report from Ausable. Ausable frames a story about a balcony having access to his room. Ausable says the knocking on the door is by the police. Hearing this, Max gets nervous. He plans to hide in the balcony and asks Ausable to send the police back. As there is no balcony, he falls and dies. The waiter enters the room with the drinks, sets the table and left. Ausable very calmly tells Fowler that the man will not return as there is no balcony. And children, here are the meanings of the difficult words from the chapter. Revise these meanings, children. And I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more videos on different topics. Like this video, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends also. Thanks for watching my video.